What's up, guys? Nuance Bro checking in, and today we're going to be talking about an exchange that Donald Trump had with some Asian reporters and what it all means. So a few days ago, during the White House press briefings that happen just about every day, President Trump had an exchange with an Asian reporter, and it went something like this.
Go ahead, please. Thank you, Mr. President. Only last week, there were multiple flights coming from China full of medical supplies.
Yes.
Companies like Huawei and Alibaba has been donating to the United States
People
like
I know very well.
1.5 million N95 masks and also a lot of medical gloves and much more medical supplies.
Sounds like a statement more than a question.
And Chinese Ambassador Cui Tiankai last night wrote an op-ed on New York Times calling to cooperation with the United States. So are you personally working directly with China?
We just signed a trade deal.
Also fighting with the
It's the biggest deal probably ever made.
So at first you can see Trump called on her, she asked a question, and then he started responding to it. Now he goes on and he tries to answer a question a little bit more, but then this happens.
So I'll let you know. I mean, I hope they're going to honor the deal. We'll find
with
out.
China, are you cooperating with
I don't
China?
know. Who are you working for, China? You work for China, or are you with a newspaper? Who are you with?
Hong Kong Phoenix TV.
Who owns that, China? Is it owned by China?
Hong Kong.
No, is it owned by the state?
No, it's not. It's a private owned company.
Okay, good. Okay.
So there you can see the reporter goes, oh, are you cooperating with China? She tries to interrupt while Trump's trying to give an answer. And he's kind of curious based on the way she asked that question. I guess he had a sort of gut instinct. And, you know, hearing the way she was talking, he asked, are you with China? Are you from China? Are you working with China? And she responds saying, oh, I'm with Hong Kong Phoenix TV. He says, is that owned by China? And keeps pressuring. And then she says, no, it's a privately owned company. Well, that's not exactly true. Now, before we get into all the evidence, I just want to say that I was watching this live and I was streaming this live over on twitch.tv/nuancebro. In case you've been wondering, you know, oh, where's Nuance Bro been? He hasn't uploaded a video in like over 3 weeks. Well, I've been streaming every single day on Twitch covering the news and the White House press briefing. So if you want to catch me, you know, when I'm not on YouTube, twitch.tv/nuancebro. But as I was watching this, I also had that gut feeling before the president even said anything that something was off here. Take a look.
Companies like Huawei and Alibaba has been donating
She a
to the
Chinese
United
propaganda.
States
People
like
I know very well.
1.5 million.
Sounds like a statement more than a question.
Yes, seriously, right?
Chinese Ambassador Cui Tiankai last night wrote an op-ed on New York
So
Times
do you
calling
think
to
China's doing a
cooperation
great job
with the
or a
United
superb
States?
job?
So are you
So that was my gut intuition going into it. I had this suspicion that she might have been a Chinese propagandist, but you know, I didn't want to make any definitive statements. But then when Trump asked that question, I was like, oh my God, is he calling this out? And then when she said it was a privately owned company, Hong Kong, Phoenix TV, whatever, I was like, oh no, it seems like she's saying she's not with China. Oh my God. So this was my reaction then.
Is it owned by
based in
China?
Hong Kong.
No, is it owned by the state?
No, it's not. It's a private owned company.
Okay, good.
Oh no.
Look, I'll let you know. I'll give you a good answer to that in a few months. I
Oh
wanted to
God,
see
that's
what they do.
terrible
Because
optics.
It's time for them to help us. Okay? It's
Oh
time
my
right
God.
now.
Why'd she
For
ask that
China.
question the way she did? It was so
Hopefully they do.
bizarre.
And if they don't, that's okay too. But we signed a deal. It was signed with great goodwill and spirit.
No, it doesn't.
And
If she's with China and it's a
that our
privately
farmers
owned company,
benefit, our
I don't know. I would
manufacturers
look into it
and we'll
because
see whether
even the
or
way
not
she
that deal is
responded,
honored.
but like
And I think it will be.
if
because
she
they know
is like
President
legit with
Xi,
Hong
who I like
Kong
and
news, which is
respect.
opposed
he will
to
honor
the
the deal he
CCP, which I
made with us.
doubt because
It just
right
went
now
into effect
China has.
4 days ago.
Ask her if she speaks
I will
Mandarin
see
or
whether or not.
Cantonese.
In
That
fact,
would
I called
probably
up
be a
just a little
bigger
while ago.
sort
I
of
said,
tell.
How the
Right?
farmer- it
Yeah,
wasn't
can you
even
guys
the most
find out
positive,
if
but
she's like a
it was
Chinese
starting.
like
It was the deal just started.
propagandist in Hong
So,
Kong, or if she's like
I'll
legit
let you
pro
know, but,
Hong
yeah,
Kong?
for
That would
many,
be a
many
better.
years,
Are you
China
pro Hong Kong?
ate
Are
our
you
lunch
pro free
because we
Hong
have
Kong? Or are
people
you one
in
China
this position
policy
that I'm
type
in right
gal?
now.
But as you can see from that clip, after I initially reacted and thought, oh no, like, is she actually with Hong Kong? Like, oh, it's a privately owned company. It's not with the state of China. Oh no. I started to think and I was like, something's not right here. It was so bizarre the way she asked that question. And I started to dig a little bit more. And then on stream, we did our own investigation. But now I have the video to present to all of you to show what the truth really is. So here we can see a Freedom House report from the US-China Economic and Security Review Commission.gov website. And it says Chinese government influence on the US media landscape. Hearing on China's information controls, global media influence, and cyber warfare strategy, May 4th, 2017. And if we scroll down, a second example is that of Phoenix TV, the second most widely available Chinese language television station on cable in the United States. Owned by a former military officer with close ties to Beijing officials, Phoenix TV's coverage is typically favorable to the CCP. Moreover, over the past 2 years, it has been used as an outlet for airing televised confessions by various detained CCP critics. Most notably, all 5 Hong Kong booksellers abducted by Chinese security forces in late 2015. Such coverage is perhaps not coincidental, considering that CCTV reportedly holds a 10% stake in Phoenix. Now, if you go to the Phoenix TV website today, you can see that it's actually 404. Sorry, we cannot find the page you requested. Oh, of course. And if we go to the LinkedIn profile of the reporter who is at the White House press briefing, we can see that that is also for Yu Wang. We cannot find that LinkedIn profile. It was removed. Now, luckily, during the Twitch stream I was doing, these links had not been removed at the time. So we were live researching this, and you can see we were pulling up the Hong Kong Phoenix TV website and looking through the list of their reporters, doing some research there. And we also went to this female reporter's LinkedIn page and looked at her history and things like that. And, things got a little bit interesting. Luckily, we have cached versions of these pages, but we'll just take a look at the Phoenix Hong Kong TV website or whatever. So let's take a look at a cached version of that. And here we can see their website, and we go to the reporters section, and we can see reporters in Hong Kong, but also in Beijing, in Shenzhen, in Shanghai, Taipei, Taiwan, the USA, Japan, UK, and France, Russia. Now, it's really telling when you see that they have reporters in Beijing and Shenzhen and Shanghai, because that means effectively they aren't Hong Kong based. They are approved by the Chinese government. The Chinese government is not going to allow Chinese speaking media in their country that is critical of the Chinese Communist Party. Now, after seeing this exchange, Senator Ted Cruz went on Twitter and he posted this. In 2018, I warned FCC about Phoenix TV, a nominally private, in quotation marks, company long financially controlled by China's state-owned enterprises. It's disgraceful and reckless they have a seat at White House press briefings as China wages a propaganda campaign to cover up its role in coronavirus pandemic. And you can see a letter that he wrote, but also we have this. This is from the Washington Free Beacon. Cruz. Chinese want Mexico radio for propaganda. The Federal Communications Commission, FCC, must block the sale of a Mexican radio station over concerns the station will be used for Chinese information warfare, according to Senator Ted Cruz. Cruz stated in a letter sent Tuesday to FCC Chairman Ajit Pai that the commission should not approve the radio station deal because government regulations permit halting the sale of stations when there is anticipated objectionable programming and harmful interference by foreign stations. The Chinese Communist Party is waging an information warfare campaign to undermine American democracy, said Cruz. So it's pretty clear that this reporter was a little lying snake and was totally Chinese-controlled opposition and a propagandist. And you could see during my stream, I decided to declare that, and I said absolutely.
That he wasn't.
Yeah, I think she's a Chinese propagandist.
I could understand that. Look,
So as you can see, the bro is vindicated. I was right. My gut intuition, much like the president in a sense, actually, he was right as well. It seems. You just get this feeling, and you're right, and it feels good. But that's not the end of the story. A few days later, I believe 2 days later, there was another reporter, and this happened.
please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We know many people around the world are paying close attention to this
Yes.
press conference. So
Yes.
on behalf of
Good. Where are you
foreign
from?
media,
Where are you from?
I'm from Taiwan.
Good.
Yes. On behalf of foreign media group.
So I got to admit, I didn't think the White House Correspondents Association had the balls to do something like this, more than once in such a short period of time. So when he said Taiwan, that seemed like an automatic, oh, he's saying Taiwan, he's not saying China. he must not believe in the one China policy. He must believe in an independent Taiwan. He says he's from Taiwan. He must be anti-CCP. And, he probably knows what happened 2 days ago. So, I mean, it would be insane if this was another propagandist. Well, as you might have guessed, it's another Chinese propagandist. As we can see by going to his Facebook page, we can go into his About section. And by the way, you can tell this is the same guy, right? But if we just copy and paste what it says here in his About section, and we go to Google Translate, Zhang Jingyi, SMG, Oriental Satellite TV, White House reporter, White House Journalists Association, first member of Chinese media reporter in a century. So here on his own Facebook page, he describes himself as a Chinese reporter, not a Taiwanese reporter. And he says he works for SMG, Oriental Satellite TV. What is SMG? Well, we can see here that SMG stands for Shanghai Media Group. So Shanghai in mainland China, nothing to do with Taiwan. But we can see here, Radio and Television Station of Shanghai, RTS, a Shanghai-based government institution, and its wholly owned subsidiary, Shanghai Media Group. So this is a government-owned institution. It's owned by the government of China. This guy is another lying snake. Doing some more research, we could see this article from the South China Morning Post saying China's Rupert Murdoch exits as Shanghai Media Group chief. And if we scroll down, Li is the chairman of the government-backed China Media Capital CMC Fund, which has investments in companies ranging from influential domestic news outlet Caixin to foreign entertainment company IMAX, as well as Star China TV. Li, 46, was chief of SMG between 2002 and 2011 before he was promoted to Deputy Secretary General of Shanghai's Communist Party Committee. Well, would you look at that? I mean, it's so ridiculous that these things are allowed to happen, that these propagandists, I mean, imagine for a moment if this happened with Russia. If you had Vladimir Putin sending his sort of Pravda journalists into the United States to ask questions at the White House Correspondents Association, and they were acting as agents for the government of Russia, and it says on their websites they're owned by the government of Russia or by Vladimir Putin himself or his party, would they ever allow that person into the White House Correspondents Association? Maybe they do. Maybe I'm missing something here. But this seems ridiculous. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Social media links are in the description box below, as well as merch. Support us at nuancebro.com/join, and I'll see you next time, bro.